Week 3 predictions video, just myself this week. It's all y'all are bums. Nobody's available. Alright. 1 second. Okay. Week 3 predictions video. Just going to go over some basic stuff. Let's start with the Heisman watch. LSU running back Adrian Ferreira leads the way for the Tigers, followed by 2 South Carolina Gamecocks next, Frazier and Pinkins, and then 2 CPUs, quarterback and wide receiver duo from TCU. All right, players of the week. National Defensive Player of the Week, Josh Spears out of Army, 2 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, and a 27-16 win over Louisiana Tech. And the National Offensive Player of the Week out of Penn State in a forced win, 7 catches, 170 yards, and 4 touchdowns, and a 35-28 win over Ole Miss. Our ACC Players of the Week is a sweep by the Gators. Florida defensive tackle Ezekiel Umodu with 4 tackles and a sack. That's Player of the Week, ACC? Come on, do better. And then Offensive Player of the Week, Parker Devey with 5 catches, 105 yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. Move to the Big 12. Tavon Aldrich with 4 tackles, 1 interception, 1 touchdown for Dave's USC Trojans in a 40-24 victory over Virginia Tech. And then Dwayne with the Offensive Player of the Week, Willie Irving. Wide receiver had 7 catches, 170 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and was pivotal in the 34-14 win at Maryland. Big Ten, speaking of Maryland, Juan Boodle, defensive end for the Maryland Terrapins, had 4 tackles and 1 sack. Again, come on, guys, that's the Player of the Week. Do better than that. And then, of course, the national was McKinnon. And then finally, the SEC. Looks like we got a sweep by the Wildcats here. JJ's Kentucky safety, George Efall, with 2 tackles, 1 interception, and 1 touchdown in a 70-3 victory at Washington. And then the 2-time Heisman winner, Lawrence Yearby, with 7 catches, 169 yards, and 2 touchdowns, although he did put the ball on the turf once. We go look at our top 25 here. Still looking ACC heavy in that top 3 with South Carolina at number 1, Georgia Tech 2, Florida 3, Kansas and USC from the Big 12 round out your top 5. Got LSU, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, and Missouri for your top 10. And it looks like we have users all the way down to the top 15, as well as Texas A&M in there at 18th, UCLA at 21st, and, well, I guess the now open Colorado Buffaloes in at 22nd. To the games, not a ton of great games this week, but there is some interesting stuff. First, the 6th-ranked LSU Tigers at 2-0. That's Chapo's squad. Traveled to Chapel Hill to play the 1-1 North Carolina Tar Heels. Only game he's played so far was an 84-0 loss versus Savon, so he's not doing great. And I don't think it's going to get much better for him this week either. I expect Chapo to roll here, probably another shutout. But I'll give North Carolina a touchdown here, being generous. Let's go 59-7 LSU rolls. Next, we have the Cal Golden Bears at 0-2. That is Morg's squad, at least for right now. Heading to Atlanta to play the 2nd-ranked Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets at 1-0. That is Peso's team. Of course, beat JJ week 1 for his victory. So looking to build on that. I think he will in this game too. He should dominate, especially being a good defensive user. Morg, not a great user in general, but especially on the road when he can't make his adjustments. So Peso rolls here if the game gets played. Let's go 35-7. Another new user who has first game in the league is going to be against Savon in Columbia. 21st ranked UCLA Bruins. That is Jay traveling to Columbia to play the number 1 ranked South Carolina Gamecocks at 1-0. That's Spawn. This is going to be ugly. I've heard that the UCLA user isn't that bad, but first game in the league on the road versus this opponent too, it's going to be tough. So give me South Carolina to win this game 52-7. Next, we have one of our games of the week, the 13th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide at 0-1, travel to the Gardens to play Miami, who is also 0-1. Rob gave Chapo a good fight in the rain, but fell, and then, of course, Twan lost to Gabe week 1 in the Camping World Classic in Orlando. So both these two looking to get back on track with a victory here. I think Twan should, whether or not he has a scheme for it, and a great defense should give Rob a lot of trouble on offense. So I'll say final score is close to the same as last. I'll go 28-17. Alabama beats Miami. Next, another one of our games of the week. Clemson E-Fly with his 0-1 Tigers in a rivalry, apparently, travel to Athens to play the 0-2 Georgia Bulldogs. That is Henny. Henny's 2 losses have been to Hayden and to Dean. And then E-Fly's loss was to me week 1, 42-14. So both these two looking for their first victory of the season here. E-Fly should be able to do it on the road as long as he doesn't bullshit, fuck around, and do stuff he's not supposed to. I think he'll take care of business. Henny will keep it close for a little bit, but I say E-Fly pulls away in the second half. Give me Clemson 35-17 over Georgia. Next, another game of the week. 4th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. That is Ryan's squad at 1-0. Travel to Blacksburg to play the 1-2 Virginia Tech Hokies. G's coming off a tough loss to Dave by 16 last week. Game's close in the 4th, apparently. And then Kansas's only game of the season was a force win. So I expect Ryan to roll here. G's told me he's pulling out all the stops for the game. He's got some stuff up his sleeve, apparently. We'll see if that makes a difference. I'm gonna pick Ryan to win here pretty handily, though. I'm gonna say he wins at 52-21 over Virginia Tech. Next, we go to next batch of games. This will be Chap's force win unless Dean has a change of heart in the next 12 hours. So nothing to see there. Louisville Cardinals at 1-1. That's Delvin's squad. Traveled to Norman to play the 11th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners at 2-0. That's LP. Beat me 17-14 last week, and a good touchdown drive to win the game at the end. Delvin has not played the game yet. 1 win, 1 loss off forced losses, or off of Fair Sims. So I expect LP to roll here, especially at home. Both these two want to run the ball, so I don't think it'll be crazy high scoring, but I'll say Oklahoma wins at 35-7. Next, we are at the 10th-ranked Missouri Tigers at 1-0. That's Mike's team, currently sporting the longest win streak in the league at 4 games, active win streak, that is. Travel to College Station to play the 18th-ranked Texas A&M Aggies. That is Chevy's team, also sporting an 0-1, lost 2 weeks ago to Chapo 63-10 at home. Mike should roll here. I don't think this is like screaming blowout, but I think Mike will win comfortably. I'm going to say 45-24. Missouri beats Texas A&M. Next, one of the games of the week, if not maybe the biggest game of the week. 5th-ranked USC Trojans at 1-0. That is Dave's squad coming off a victory over Virginia Tech. Travels to Stark Vegas to play the 15th-ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs at 1-1. That is my team. Coming off our tough loss to LP and a Week 1 victory over E-Fly. I mean, obviously Dave is no easy out. I don't think he's been playing quite as well as he would like to be. He called himself washed while we were talking about it yesterday. I don't think it's quite that bad. He's got a good roster. He's playing okay defense. He's got to fix some stuff offensively as well. But I think I'll win close. I mean, we don't ever really blow anybody out just because of schemes and things like that. I'll say 28-20. Mississippi State takes care of USC. Next, Oregon. Sam will be getting a force win over his in-state rival in the Civil War. That is versus a CPU. Oh, this is the biggest game of the week. I forgot about this one. Or maybe this one too. Sheesh. 14th ranked Tennessee Volunteers at 0-1. That's Drop Squad. Traveled to University Park to play the 9th ranked Penn State Nittany Lions at 2-0. Des hasn't played a game yet. He's gotten 2 force wins. It's tough. Of course, Drop had that crushing loss 2 weeks ago to Big Ten opponent Michigan in Allegiant Stadium. These two had some beef last time they were supposed to play. Something happened. It didn't end up getting played. So I know that both of them want to get the victory here. I think Drop didn't look great in his opener, and being that Des is at home here, I think that's going to make a big difference. I'm going to say that Penn State wins it in a close one, 24-21 over Tennessee. Next, 12th ranked Kentucky Wildcats at 1-1. That's JJ's squad traveling to Columbus to the Shoe to play the 7th ranked Ohio State Buckeyes at 1-0. That's Hayden's team. These two said they have played each other hundreds of times. So I expect they know each other's tendencies some. JJ would normally just be the clear favorite, I think, but being this game's on the road, didn't look great recently, as well as trying to figure some stuff out on his team. I think this one has potential to be a close game. I think JJ pulls it out at the end, but it wouldn't surprise me if Hayden pulled the upset. So I'm going to go Kentucky wins this one 31-21 over Ohio State. And I think that is the last game. It is indeed. So just a quick little predictions video. Y'all make sure that you're scheduling your games, reaching out to your opponents. Make sure you're streaming your games. They're supposed to be streamed. Any games of the week, if you're the road team, you're supposed to stream it. But feel free to stream any extra games you want to as well. Make sure you're following the rules. Go update yourself on them. We don't have to hand out suspensions. We have to do it all of the time. So that being said, everybody have a good day.